Hello and good Thursday evening, everybody. It is September. It is time for love and
Oh my gosh.
mercy and all those things. And in September, I found my new favorite rapper. It's Doug, actually. How you doing, Doug?
I'm good. So you did
You
hear
gonna
my
rap
Check
for
Check
the
song?
people?
No, I can't
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
No,
Come on, it was amazing.
it was a one-hit wonder.
Oh
You
man, I
should have
wish I
recorded it.
recorded it. It was
Yeah,
so good. Doug
it was
was
so
checking the
good.
mic with this freestyle.
Yeah,
I was just like, wow, this is amazing.
that was pretty good.
I want some of that. All right. Well, I guess I'm the only one that got it. But
Lucky
it's
you, but
nice to see you, Doug.
it was about checks. It was about getting more checks. 2 checks a week, so you can buy the stuff you don't need. That was the gist of it.
Yeah. And then there was that amazing joke, and I'm gonna ask you a question. What's your favorite Irish name, Doug?
Oh, it's Pat McCratch.
Yes,
It's a good name, right?
it's it's something.
Now, if you saw that and you saw Pat wearing a shirt that said Pat McCrotch, would you go over and give it a slap?
No, probably
I mean,
not.
on
They,
March 17th only though. Sorry, I should clarify. Put some boundaries around this. I don't think on a Tuesday in June that's a great idea. But March 17th, you're out and about.
yeah, I mean maybe. Well,
Okay.
let me ask you this question in a different way. If you saw
Hmm.
Phil wearing his shirt, would you do that too?
What's Phil look like?
He's probably, toothless Irish.
I'd probably, I'd probably let Phil be.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair enough.
I let Phil. Phil, you do you.
The music freaks the shit out of you every time after the chill music. It's like guarantees a heart attack. It's just letting you know that the show is starting.
Amping up.
Amp it up. Get it ready.
Shane, I had
Get
a.
it
Oh, I'm sorry.
ready.
I'm
Go ahead. No, I
I'm
was just
wrecking your
repeating what I said.
I'm just wrecking your repeats. Quick question. I'd like to do something
Hmm.
a little different tonight. I was wondering if you'd help me out.
I will do my best.
God, you gotta love it. You're such a team player. I
How
wish
can I help, Doug?
I wish I was your manager. Um,
Okay, we can work that out.
all right. Essentially, you just take care of me. So, um, I'd like to be inspired by a song, and I'd like to like sketch that out. And I've always had it in my head that there's a song I like, and I think
Oh,
it's a pretty popular song, and people might know it. But
okay.
there's some lines in it that really resonated with me over the years, and I've always had it in my head that I'd like to paint it someday. Um, Today is not the day we're gonna paint it. However, I would like to like kind of play with a sketch out, maybe some color blocking, and just kind of like go through that creative concept process tonight.
Oh,
And how
sure.
I would love you to help me out would be if you could read the
Sing it.
lyrics to me. Well, yes, if you could sing it, my lord, that'd be amazing. But yeah, if you could perform it.
Sure. What's the? I don't know if I can perform it. I can definitely, at the very least, read out the lyrics.
Okay,
And uh, do I know the song?
perhaps. Are you familiar with Florence and the Machine?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know their song "Shake It Off"?
No.
Maybe play it on your own machine, so we
Yeah,
don't get
I'll
in
do
trouble.
that.
And then it might trigger
Shake it out. Shake it
"Shake
out.
It Out." Thank you. "Shake It Off" was Taylor Swift. My bad.
That's why I was confused there for a second because I definitely know that song.
Yeah. Oh,
Shake
you
it
don't
out.
know the "Shake It Out" one?
I probably do to hear it, but I don't know it to the.
Give it a quick listen. You'll love it. It's a great song.
Oh, I'll give it a quick listen right now.
Yeah.
See how
Give her a
that goes.
go. Yeah.
Yeah, she's pretty great.
Oh, I love Flo. Yeah, big fan. I have a big love of ladies with song Sirens with Red Hair. I think we've talked about this
Oh
before.
yeah, the
Tori Amos, Bonnie Raitt, Florence and the
Oh
Machine.
yeah, yeah.
Friend of mine just went to see Bonnie the other night. She was playing in Portland, Oregon.
She's still alive?
She's still performing. That's something to talk about.
Well, it seems that old artists are still
Huge.
performing. A lot of them.
Dolly.
Really? I'd love to go see Dolly.
I would too. Red hair, don't care. I don't know. Trying to think of some other. Well, some ladies change their hair color after a while too, so you can't always. I really like Rihanna, and she was a redhead for a bit, so she's in the group.
Oh, I do know this song.
Yeah.
It's got a very fun sort of vibe to it,
Yeah.
like the band Fun.
Oh, yeah. Also, I enjoy them.
All right, so would you like me to read you these lyrics?
Yeah, that'd be awesome. And I'm just gonna make some notes. I'm gonna just pull some stuff out that resonates with me.
Okay. Well, this has 114 almost 114 million views.
114.
Yeah, Florence and the Machine. Good. Okay. So here we go. Regrets collect like old friends, here to relive your darkest moments. I can see no way. And all the ghouls come out to play. And every demon wants his pound of flesh, but I like to keep some things to myself.
Mm-hmm.
I like to keep my issues drawn. It's always the darkest before the dawn, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been a fool, and
sorry.
I've been blind.
Oh. Yeah.
I can never leave the past behind. I can see no way.
That ties back into being blind.
Yeah. I'm always dragging that horse around.
Yeah, that's the part I like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been a fool and I've been blind.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I want more.
All of his questions.
Oh.
Such a mournful sound. Tonight I'm gonna bury that horse in the ground.
Yeah.
Because I like to keep my issues drawn, but it's always the darkest before the dawn.
Yeah.
Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Oh whoa. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Oh whoa. And it's hard to dance with a devil on your back, so shake him off. Oh whoa. Yeah, there's tons of imagery in here.
Yeah.
Devil on your back, you're pulling the horse, you bury the horse. Anyway, let me continue.
Okay.
And I'm done with my graceless heart, so tonight I'm gonna cut it out and then restart. Because I like to keep my issues drawn, and it's always darkest before the dawn. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, oh whoa, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, oh whoa. It's hard to dance with the devil on your back, so shake him off, oh whoa. And it's hard to dance with the devil on your back. And given have a chance, would I take any of it back? Shake him off. It's a fine romance, but it's left me so undone. Shake him off. It's always darkest before the dawn. Shake him off. Oh whoa, oh whoa.
Can we do this every
And
week?
if I'm damned,
I love
I'm
this.
damned if I do, and I'm damned if I don't. So here's to drinks in the dark and the end of the road, and I'm ready to suffer, and I'm ready to hope. It's a shot in the dark aimed right at my throat. Because looking for heaven found me, the devil in me, oh woe. Looking for heaven for the devil in me, oh woe. But what the hell? I'm gonna let it happen to me. Yeah. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, oh whoa. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, oh whoa. And it's hard to dance with the devil on your back, so shake him off, oh whoa. And then there's a lot of shake it outs and oh-ohs and oh-ohs and what the hell and the devil on your back.
Can everyone just at home applaud Shane for that? That was awesome. It was awesome.
Hey, thank you. I didn't write it, but you know.
You performed it. Looks
Yeah, I
like I'm
definitely
not
read
the
it.
only one that's the talent here, Shane.
Ooh. Well, that is very kind of you. Very kind of you to say. But, I'll do it again if I have to.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm gonna like this segment. I think so. Now I'd like to work with you a little bit.
sure.
Some key words that kind of popped out for me were
Horse.
yes, but
Out.
dark, drawn, ghouls, demon,
Yeah.
dawn, darkest before
Yeah.
the dawn, fool and
Yeah.
blind, dragon horse, shake it out,
Dragon. Oh,
bury the
dragon.
horse, dance with the devil on your back, heart cut restart,
Yeah.
drinks in
Yeah,
the
that's a
dark.
good one. This is very poetic. The lyrics are really good.
Oh my god, yeah. So
Welch. Welch.
yeah. So I've always envisioned this almost a bit like cartoony in my head, which isn't a style I
Oh,
normally
really?
paint.
Okay.
Yeah, almost like Jendi. I can't remember their name, sorry, but they were the creative director for like Samurai Jack and that kind of cartoon. So I want to say Jendi Tchaikovsky, but I think that is not how it's
I'll look
said.
it up here. I was hoping to pull it up before.
Oh, and they maybe did like Dexter's Laboratory. I don't think they were part of Powerpuff Girls, but they may have been.
Our Puff Girls.
I like the Powerpuff Girls.
Right. When I was a kid, that poof was a fart.
Yeah. Where do you think their power comes from?
The Power Fart Girls. Jendi Tartovsky,
That sounds closer than what I said.
commonly known as Jendi Tarkovsky, Borishevitz, Russian-American animator, director, producer, screenwriter, voice actor, storyboard artist, comic book writer, and comic book writer and artist. Wow, lots of stuff. Cage, Dexter's Laboratory, Samurai Jack. It is Powerpuff Girls classics.
Oh, nice.
Was him indeed.
So I really like that style.
Yeah, cool. It's interesting because when I was reading that, you know what I was thinking of is your series of the Green Men with the through all the landscapey backgrounds and the reddish ones is kind of, and I don't know why that sort of came into my head when I was reading that, but that's what. So when you said
These
cartoony,
ones.
I was like, oh, interesting. Yeah. I was like, oh, interesting, because I saw something that was like sort of dark and sinister.
Yeah, I feel it could definitely go that route for sure. But this is
I
the
think your
series
initial.
that Shane was referring to for those in TV land.
Yeah, and there's how many of those? 8?
Of the series,
12?
I was 12. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for the snaps. Yeah, really appreciate it.
Snappy Turtle.
For those joining or for those that are here, you should check out Bia's channel as well. It's a little bit hard if you don't speak German, but also if you're learning German, it's great.
Oh, Bia, I will be closer to you than normal in October. I'll be in Italy.
I'm interested to see what you do with this cartoony style.
Yeah, I just want to pull up a bit of reference. Yeah.
It's interesting because the Dexter and the Samurai Jack stuff looks like not completely different, obviously, but fairly different.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I guess not. It's kind of blocky, eh? Like the faces are
Exactly.
blocky.
Yeah. You got it.
There is curves, but it just, I don't know. Everything's big, like big eyes. The noses, I guess, are a little bit muted. But there's some Samurai Jack stuff too. Holy smokes! It's interesting the marriage of this style with like some dark overtones. It's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I watched any of these shows.
Oh no. My favorite devil in the world is him from Powerpuff Girls.
Because I just want to show you this. Seems pretty. Like this feels pretty dark. Whoops. I put Chad up there.
Mm-hmm.
Like that feels pretty dark. And there's
Yep.
some other images that I'm pulling up here that just seem like it's interesting because like in one moment it can be really colorful and light almost,
Yeah.
and then in another image it'll be like that, which is kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm. A lot of texture.
I haven't seen the show, so I don't know if like that all that sort of tracks. Like it's I don't know if it's a lighthearted show or
It's a bit of it's a bit of things.
make sure to visit Venice. Bia says, have you been to Venice before?
No, I've not been to Italy before, so yeah, I am
Oh.
going to Venice.
I would love to go to Italy,
Yeah, I'm
but
excited.
for the food.
Well, I'm gonna eat while I'm there.
Oh, you probably should.
Mhm.
Can you zoom this in a little bit, Doug? It's sort of hard to see what you're drawing.
Well, it probably is. You're right.
Let me ask you a question, Doug.
Sure.
What's the best piece of advice you got with regards to art?
Oh. Someone challenged me once when I was younger. And I haven't forgot it, so I would say it's probably the best. I think I was struggling with like identity, as people do, I guess, at certain times of life. And she had asked, she was older, and she was just like, "Are you still painting?" And I said, "Yeah, from time to time." Blah blah blah. Just kind of in my head at the time. Upon reflection, I was thinking like, "Oh, am I painting professionally? Am I making a career of this? This person's really being critical." In my head at that age, I was like, "No, I kind of belittled it because I wasn't doing it as a career or an income stream. It was just something I was doing." And it was just really nice because she kept asking the question over and over in different ways, to the point where she was just asking, "But like, are you an artist?" And I'd be like, "Man," and she's like, "Are you an artist?" And I'd be like, "And are you an artist? Are you an artist?" And I was just like, "Yes." And she was just like, "Are you an," like, she just kept pushing me until I was like, I owned it. And I was like, "Oh wow, that was a cool little exercise." But it was uncomfortable, and like I trusted her. Like, she was kind of like one of my best friends' aunts, I guess. So I mean, I had a relationship with her to some degree, but not like she wasn't my aunt or anything. So yeah, I found that really kind of that exercise, as well as what the context was, resonated for sure.
Just trying to get you to fully commit that you were an artist.
Yeah, that's really what it was. I think, just kind of like putting you in that mindset.
So like making you identify as someone who is a painter, is an artist.
God, did she brainwash me?
Can you imagine, like, tomorrow you wake up and you never paint again? Just
Never.
like, oh.
Done. Coming for you, Irene.
Or I just go, are you a guitar player? Are you a guitar player? Are you a guitar player? And then you wake up tomorrow and you're like, I'm a guitar player.
Well, by then I'd just be like, can you shut up? I'm tired. Yes, I'm a guitar player.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, I'm busy.
That's interesting. I like the sentiment there is basically...
You can be whatever you want to be is how I took it. You know,
Yeah.
as long as you
can
decide it and you're going to commit.
Yeah, commit to it, and you can be it.
Yep.
It worked. You are an artist. That is certain.
Oh, I just kind of want like a weird, yeah.
Bia was mentioning, you're an artist, Bia, for sure. You're an artist.
You are, hands down.
I think we all sort of are in our own way.
Yeah. You're an artist in like probably the most ways. Like you're an artist in the kitchen. You're an artist on the mic. You're an artist on the drums. You're an artist on the bass. You're an artist in the way you code, in the way you talk to people, in the way you tell stories, in the way you tell jokes. Yeah, you're quite artistic, Shane.
Well, that's very nice of you to say. I do think that I agree with some of those things, for sure. So B was talking about the art style of the new Carmen Sandiego thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Which looks like this.
It looks like Kim Possible.
It does a little bit, doesn't it? There's some interesting juxtaposition between the backgrounds and the characters that I'm seeing here. I'm just trying to find a good example.
Of the heart or the way it's framed? Oh, they're goggles. Okay, I see it now. I didn't see the bottom.
Oh, not that. I'm trying to find a good example in... yeah, it's sort of hard to tell, and it is very Kim Possible-y, for sure. Where's one? I'm just trying to find a good example of what I'm talking about with the backgrounds being sort of like... I don't know, it kind of feels like they're obviously quite detailed, but at the same time they feel like backgrounds, you know?
Yeah, I think it's a lot of it has to do with the opacity and the layering and the illumination coming from it, which actually kind of gives it a bit of a faded blur overlay, so that the character that's in the foreground really looks like they're in the foreground, but it's like feels more crisp. Therefore, that's where your focus goes.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is a good example of exactly what you were talking about.
Yeah, they totally blur out the background. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. I might watch this show. I like some animation.
I used to watch a lot of it, to be honest, but I really don't anymore.
It's difficult because in a lot of cases, the stories are so in depth now. It is a commitment. An example would be the Star Wars Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Like, that's honest to goodness, you got to get into that, right?
Yep.
I'm a living and walking art pace. If only I was more beautiful. This art style is interesting. It does look very Kim Possible. Kim Possible. I'm gonna look it up. A little square.
What's more square?
It almost seems the Carmen Sandiego stuff almost seems like a grown-up version of
Genji.
Possible. Who did the Carmen Sandiego stuff?
You watching anything fun?
Yeah, okay. So I have a new obsession. And I'm kind of running through them pretty darn quick. It's a show called Taskmaster. It's
Is this
a
where
British...
someone comes to your house and does your dishes, or what's the deal?
Oh my god, that'd be amazing. It really needs doing. You know what? You know what adulthood is? It's cleaning the kitchen every damn day. And it's frustrating because I have other things I need to clean. And I don't have time because I'm busy cleaning the goddamn kitchen. But Taskmaster is a British game show. And you know how those British panel game shows, they don't have regular people on there? All the contestants are comedians. And they're on for like the whole season. And they make up these like inane tasks. Like, so you open the task and it says something like, oh, make the largest tower with these potatoes. Your time starts now. And like, then they have to make the thing. Anyway, it's really good. It's very funny, and very funny in the way that I like funny. So far, season 4 was the best, followed by season 7. That's how deep I am in this. I'm on season 10. But to be fair, the British television shows, the first 4 seasons of this were 5 episodes. So it's not like there's a lot. But it's fun, it's lighthearted, and it makes me laugh. So it's a quick, like, it's a pretty easy watch. They're all on YouTube. I would highly recommend checking them out. Pretty fun. So that's what I've been watching lately.
Cool.
Hey, little Ange, how you doing?
Hey, Lange. I've been watching Why Women Kill.
Oh, interesting.
It's
How is it?
I really enjoyed it. I'm through season 1. Wow.
Hey, little Ange. Thank you for
you.
the. It's September, by the way. Nice, September 1st. 5 months. Nice job. Thank
So
you so much.
delicious.
I just want to address Bia here quickly. I have seen Mid-Journey Bia. One of my friends is obsessed with it and keeps posting all the stuff that it pumps out. It's super cool. I tried to get it to run, and I don't know what happened, but all the things that I tried to get it to do, it didn't do anything. So I might try it again because it seems really cool, but it definitely has a style. It's sort of stuck in a specific style of imagery, and I think that's the way it is with those AI artists, AI art generator things. They're pumped full of a specific style, but it's pretty interesting. I don't know if you've seen those, Doug.
The face that was like supposed to be the face, and it was like kind of cool but disturbing.
So now there's a whole bunch of like, you just pump in some words and it'll draw quote unquote draw things for you.
Oh, maybe the one I saw was
based on
someone
your
had put in like
prompt.
self-portrait or something.
Oh, and it tried to draw itself, and it came up with something that was like half dog, half man, half computer.
No, it was kind of like human-esque, but it was like all the folds of it were kind of folded in on top of one another. It was kind of odd.
I'll pull up some of these for you, Doug, to have a look, and then please continue with what you were saying.
I wasn't saying much. I don't know much.
But I know I love you.
That
may be all I need to know.
No.
Don't know much.
Well, at least we make each other laugh. I don't even know what I'm just having a time over here, just drawing away.
Oh, time. Have a time. Give it a go. Okay, so this is the kind of stuff that AI pumps out. B, if you have some good examples, can you post them as well? It's hard because if the prompt is bad, then so is the art, you know? Stuff like this, Doug.
Oh, that's cool.
This was someone that prompted steampunk Darth Vader.
Wow.
And it drew that.
Damn.
This is some. I don't know what the prompt was. It's interesting to see what the prompts are and to see what kind of stuff it comes up with.
Yeah. Was this like Blue Planet or something?
I don't know. Like, I don't know what the prompt is for that. You can get some pretty dark stuff, and I think that's what people kind of aim for on that Mid-Journey one, is like steampunky dark stuff.
Yeah.
But you know, there's some there's some really interesting stuff. I'd like to try it again because the art that it creates is pretty beautiful. Like, look at this one, Doug. Last one.
Sorry. Oh wow, that's stunning.
What would be a pull up here?
Beautiful. I envision that everything on this is alive and keeps moving. Except for the doors.
That's what it feels like, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. I don't know how this got it. I've caused some problems. Doug, I've lost control.
Oh.
Yeah, I've lost control. Where is our chat? I got a regain control, Doug.
There you go.
I lost it again. Look what's going on here.
Is this what everyone at home seeing? This is pretty fun.
No. Nobody sees any of this. It's just me and you having troubles.
I love it. There ain't no troubles, Bubbles.
Here's one more. It's interesting the AI generates this stuff, right? And I think everything that's generated is then pumped back in as a model for the AI itself.
Right.
And so it's learning based on its own style, so its own style is then reinforced.
It's making it an artist.
In a sense, yeah, almost, right?
Ooh, is that what Irene was doing to me?
Maybe. Oh my god, what's going on? Yeah, some of these prompts are super interesting. So I'll let people in chat just have a look at what B is posting for these. Some of these are very detailed. And I wonder if
holy shit!
Oh my god! Wow, there's so much. Look at this bird here.
I know.
Oh, yeah, it's funny. The next thing was zoomed into that exact bird. Hummingbird. Amazing. Yeah, very interesting. I should dig into that a little bit. I should give it another go and see if I can't make something cool with my words and an AI artist.
What do you mean? So where do you find this AI artist?
So
be
it's
free.
a Discord that you go into, and you go into a room, and then you type a command and a prompt. And then what it does is it goes off and it takes that prompt and it feeds it into the artificial intelligence, which then takes those words, probably pulls up a bunch of different reference images, and then goes through its algorithm to generate art based off of what you said.
Can we do that on a show once? Can that
Yeah,
be a
once
new
I figure out how to make it do it nice, and it's not necessarily a quick process.
Would it happen within 2 hours?
Oh my god, yeah. No, we could do a bunch of them.
Could be a fun
Yeah,
game.
it would be an interesting little segment.
It'd be an amazing segment.
I'm gonna write it down.
It's right up there with like, sing me a song and I'll sketch it out.
Oh, you know what we could do? You know what we could do is we could go human versus AI.
God.
And I give you a prompt and give the machine the same prompt, and then see what you complete in 2 hours and what it completes in 3 minutes.
I'm sure it'll do it better. Based on what I've seen.
No, it's not better. It's not better because it has no soul.
Yeah, but it has more detail.
Detail isn't always better, Doug.
Okay. Thank you. But the devil's in the details. Shake it off.
Ooh, the devil is in the detail. Shake it off.
Shake it off. Shake it out. Oh my god. I'm too Taylor.
Nope. So shake him off. Oh, whoa, whoa. And it's hard to dance with the devil on your back, so shake him off. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So that's where you're coming from there.
You know what? Your whoa-whoas are on point.
So here's to drinks in the dark and the end of my road.
Shake it off. Ooh, can you send me a text to add that to our Spotify playlist?
Yeah, absolutely. I will do that.
Do you have power of attorney to go in there and add things? That'd be great.
I don't think I do, man.
Oh,
You should give it to me.
I'll give it to you.
Sure. And also the power. Thank you.
The power of Grayskull. Were you a big He-Man man?
I watched it a little bit when I was growing up. It wasn't my go-to cartoon.
What was it?
What are the ones that I really liked? So I watched a lot of Transformers probably when He-Man was out.
Right.
I think my go-tos were in grade 2 to grade 6. It was probably Scooby-Doo was the big one that I would rush home for.
Okay, yep.
Make sure I was home for Scooby-Doo. And then a little bit older, like into my teens, there was some great shows into my teens. A lot of Tailspin.
Yep. Did you like Scrooge McQuack and all the little fellas?
Huey, Dewey, and Louie. I didn't mind that stuff. I liked Tailspin though. Like I would get down for Tailspin.
Right. Voltron?
I liked. Yeah, I mean that was one of the ones that was around. You know, it's kind of like you liked the shows that were on when you had time to watch TV.
Yeah.
You know, like what was on right after school?
Voltron.
You had a choice of 3 channels, right? So you were like picking those shows to watch. Like what was the Gargoyles was on?
Oh, that was a good one, yeah.
For a while. Yeah, that was a great one.
I tried rewatching it. It didn't hold me.
It's tough, right, looking back on that stuff because we didn't have a lot of options.
No. And essentially that whole cast was like Star Trek The Next Generation.
Oh, was it?
Oh yeah, Worf was the main one. Deanna was one. The Doctor Redhead was one.
Gates
Someone
McFadden.
else? Yeah.
Jonathan Frakes was one.
Yep, that's right. Number 1.
Keith David. Oh, yeah. Edward Asner. Ed Asner was one. Amazing.
Well,
That's
Disney
quite
was
the
behind
cast.
it. Yeah.
Jeez. I did like that show. That was pretty good.
Yep.
Batman the Animated Series.
Absolutely. Justice
Watch the
League for me
crap
was a
out of
big
that.
one.
Which one?
Justice League.
Oh, see, I didn't watch much of that. There was a Mighty Ducks animated series? Oh, no. The early Spider-Man I watched quite a bit of.
Oh yeah. Yep. For sure. Who was your favorite Spider-Man villain?
Oh, that's a tough question.
From the
That's a
cartoon.
tough one.
From the cartoon.
That's still a tough question. What about you? Did you have one specific? The man with the hand?
Man with the hand. Who's that?
The guy with the hand there.
I liked Electro. In the cartoon. And there was a bird flying guy too. I guess the vulture. I kind of like them. I liked the
big fat guy.
Who's the big fat guy? Kingpin?
Yeah, the big fat guy. Yeah, Kingpin.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's exactly who the big fat guy is. Kingpin.
I liked the lizard doctor too.
Like he was a doctor for lizards, or
No, he wanted to expand the human experience, Dr. Connor, and he became half man, half lizard.
oh, I see. Who's your favorite current Spider-Man? Live action Spider-Man. Who's your favorite live action Spider-Man?
Well, you know, it's funny to me. I do like Tom Holland. I think he's great. But when they did the mashup of the multiverse and Andrew Garfield came in, like, he was just so funny. It was so funny. So
He was.
go ahead.
He was the best in that movie.
Yeah.
I don't think his movies were better.
Correct. Yes. But I think for me, the most believable is Tom Holland, because when he started this 10 years ago, he was in high school. You know, like, he was that age. So, where, you know, like, when they're like, Tobey Maguire's character shows up, like, well, how old are you, Peter Parker? He's like, I'm almost 50. You know, like, it's just kind of like, it's hard to dissociate that from a high school kid, because, you know, he was probably pushing 30 when he was playing a high school kid in that movie.
Was he? I'm gonna find out just for you.
Thank you.
I think I think Andrew Garfield in that newest movie really kind of sold me on him as Spider-Man. Do you know what I mean? Like, I didn't feel that great about him in his movies as Spider-Man, and then I feel like it was like, oh no, I really am. Have a look.
Yeah.
I thought he was fantastic in that, and I actually liked Tobey Maguire in that, and I know
I did too. Yep.
Pan the crap out of him and like gave him a bunch of shit for that, but yeah. So he's 47 now.
Okay.
And when did that movie come out? 2002.
So not high school.
So he would have been 45. So it's 25.
Yeah.
27.
So not high school at all.
No, you're right. You said he was pushing 30, and he was pushing 30. Yeah, interesting. Okay. That made 825 million at the box office.
Hmm.
What was that? Oh, yeah. I think Tom Holland is my favorite live action Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I think those movies are just better too, and I think that makes a huge difference.
I would agree. Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on at your house, Doug,
Not much.
but I did really well this whole summer with fruit flies. I was fine
Mm-hmm.
until this last week. It has become a goddamn mess here.
Really?
And I'm pretty good about putting all my stuff away and washing all my garbage, because you got to wash your garbage in the summer.
Right? Yeah.
But
Wash your
they're everywhere
garbage.
in my house now. Well, not everywhere. But if I leave a piece of lettuce I didn't, on the counter by accident,
Mm-hmm.
it's just. Are you having this problem? Also, do you find that they fly into your face for some reason?
No, I do not have this issue at my house. But I have had it. I know of it. I'm not saying that. I just don't have it.
All right. Well, fair enough. Hey, Webbo, how you doing?
Is Webbo on his way over to my house? What's
I
happening?
don't know. Doug's house?
Yeah.
So has anybody in chat seen Taskmaster? I just wanna somebody to validate that it's a good show. No? Fine.
Yeah. No. People don't seem to like it.
I like Greg Davies, and I am now a big Alex Horn fan as well.
I prefer Alec
And-
Baldwin.
I'm a huge fan of Alice
Cooper.
Singby? Alice Singby?
Oh, let me tell you a story.
Yeah.
Remember how I was excited about that movie about the multiverse that isn't part of Marvel? It's Everything Everywhere Happens Now or something.
Oh, with Michelle Yeoh,
Mm-hmm. Correct. Yeah.
who
Have you
I
seen
love,
it?
by the way. I
Yeah.
absolutely love her.
Yeah.
There was a so I was big in. I'm just gonna take your story and cut it off for a second. I was
Absolutely, yeah.
very large into kung fu for about 5 or 6 years.
Did you get the sword
And-
and put it on your wall?
No, just watched a ton of kung fu movies. If I could have afforded a sword at that time, I probably would have got one, but I definitely could not afford a sword. This was a time in my life when I could barely afford an apartment. So,
Yep.
and so there was, and I was a big Jet Li fan, not the American movies, but the movies that he did in China with the kung fu stuff. And there was a movie called Fo Young Suk, which is like a Fo Suk Young. Anyway, there's a character that appears in a lot of the kung fu movies that is based off of this this one legendary man, and
Like a folklore kind of persona.
yeah, and
Okay.
and it's funny because if you watch a bunch of kung fu movies, this character shows up in so many of them.
Oh,
It's just
okay.
like one of those folklore, so he played this, and Michelle Yeoh played his mother, and she was so funny, and she was so good at everything. It she stole the whole movie, and from that moment on, I like sought out all her movies, and
Right.
she has also a ton of amazing kung fu movies
Yeah.
that are definitely worth a watch. But anyway,
True.
everything, everywhere, all at once. That's the one.
That's the one. Yeah.
Okay, and so you were saying you wanted to go see that, you wanted to watch it, but
And I did watch it. I was disappointed. I didn't want to be.
that's disappointing to hear. That's very
Yeah.
disappointing to hear.
Yeah.
It wasn't good. It wasn't funny. It was too funny.
It wasn't too funny. um, it was like there's things about it that are good. Don't get me wrong. However, it wasn't. I expected a lot more. Yeah.
Do you think in some universe it would be good?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Good.
I do. Yep.
That's how multiverses work.
That's right.
Has anybody else seen it? Oh, there we go. Webbo says Taskmaster, absolute certified good telly. Yes, absolutely. So good. I'm obsessed. I've been watching it. I've been like just absolutely binging it. And I will talk to anybody about it. That's like
So are you now going to the co-op so you can talk to people?
no, but I would if they want to talk about Taskmaster or growing hot peppers. Those are the two things that I would currently have conversations with people.
Why do you not belong to like a Pepper Potts kind of place?
I don't know. Is there a Pepper Potts kind of place? Because I like all sorts of Pepper Potts.
I think you should make one. Maybe that's your thing. You're gonna build this oasis of Pepper Potts.
Somebody at work started a gardening Slack channel.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went in there and people were like, oh, what's everybody growing? And then I just started listing all the peppers I'm growing. And then I just like read my message back. I'm like, oh, that's obnoxious as all get out.
It's fine.
And then anybody who said they were growing peppers, I was like pestering them. What kind of peppers you growing? You want to talk about pepper growing? I'll talk. Let's have a call. You want to do a quick video chat?
Want to do a little pepper off?
Let's talk about the varieties of peppers you're growing and how.
So let's do it. Let's write it down. Tell us, educate us. What is your favorite pepper in the moment?
Well, I don't know, but the one that I'm paying the most attention to and is not growing very well for me at all is this Peruvian pepper that. Hold on. Charapita? No, or is that the? Yeah, Ari Charapita.
Angry Panda is a little upset.
So the Ari Charapita pepper looks more like a wild berry than a spicy chili. However, it is indeed the latter, a rich history, cultural significance in Peru. It's like it looks like it's about the size of a pea, maybe a little bit bigger, like not much bigger. And they're like apparently really fruity and fairly hot. And what they do is they grow them in their kitchens. They have a big plant and they just kind of pick one or two off and chuck them in a dish. And so that's what I'm trying to grow, but like it's hard to find. I couldn't find the seeds for the longest time. Then I found the seeds and now I tried to grow them. I have 10 seeds and I've wasted 2 of them. And I have one that's kind of half growing now. So we'll see. So that's the one that I'm spending my most time thinking about. Because I want to taste it. I've never had it.
Gotcha.
It has the nickname Mother of All Chilies.
Oh, it's like the mother of dragons.
Mm-hmm.
I believe you're getting propositioned in chat.
What do you have for a pepper? What kind of thing you got? We're talking about the British version though of Taskmaster. Is there another type of? Yeah, the British one with Craig Davies and Alex Horn.
All these people you now love.
Yeah, I love them. I always liked Greg Davies. I liked he's in a lot of stuff. He's a humongous man. He's like 6'8". You've definitely seen him and stuff if you've watched any British or Australian situation comedy.
I mean, you're speaking of him like we're buds, but I'm not sure. Is he?
Here, I'll show you a picture of him.
Is he Hagar in the Harry Potter's? Oh,
No, he's this guy.
he's tall. He should always have
you've
a.
seen him before, right?
Yeah, but he should always have a beard. Him beardless is.
Yeah, he looks better with a beard for sure. This
Not so.
not
Oh dear.
not a great photo of him. This one here.
But it's out there.
No, not a great photo. Here's one a little bit more
Tasteful.
Yeah, he looks way better beard and glasses.
Yeah. Hiding his
And
face.
this is Alex Horn. He's the guy on the right is the guy that created the show, and he's positioned himself in the show. So the Taskmaster is Greg Davies, and he is his assistant. And it's so funny the way that he's written this dynamic, because he is really the guy that creates all the tasks and all the things and makes people do all these things, and he puts it on the big tall guy as like
That's
his
yours.
persona.
Yeah.
Ah, man, it's pretty funny. Well met. Well met.
Nice.
Shane having a man crush part 45. Yeah, we'll just add him to the list. I got a couple of them. That's
Well,
true.
Webbo knows you better than I do.
How you doing, Angry Panda? Nice to see you.
Yeah. What are you pissed off about tonight? Aside from pepper photos.
I think that's it. He's one more pepper photo. Also, my weed plants are doing amazing. So
Oh, nice.
sending those pictures all over the place too.
You have like weed porn.
I gotta say that. So I was gonna build a box,
Mm-hmm.
like a what are they called? You know, raised bed,
Oh yes, yeah.
and I didn't, and so my deck is now you can't even really navigate it. It's just full of potted plants. It's crazy. I also have way too many photos of Shane's weed plants. I have been sending updates. Definitely some growing updates. You know, growing things is fun.
Yeah, and you're good at it, right?
I'm getting good at it. So last year there was 3. I grew a bunch of pepper plants last year, and I didn't get much from them, but I overwintered them, so I kept them alive over winter. And now the ones that I kept alive over winter are like just hammering me with jalapenos and cayenne peppers, and yeah, it's gonna be great. I should put some in the Discord, Webbo. I'll put some in the Discord.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put an update on some of the stuff that I've been growing. I just got some ripe cayenne peppers, and what I really want to do, and I'm excited about this, Doug, is I'm gonna ferment the cayenne peppers and make a fermented hot sauce, and hopefully I'll have enough to share with people.
Just make enough to share.
Well, I need to get enough.
Take the hope right out of it.
peppers.
Just do it.
One thing you would like about this chili that I'm obsessed with right now, the ají charapita, is it's the most expensive pepper. It's about $480 for 2 pounds, and cayenne pepper is a fifth or an eighth of the price.
Well, depending on the season, sometimes you got to go economical.
Yeah, well, will say that I just want this thing to grow, and for some reason it's not.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're a fan of peppers, I definitely definitely think that peppergeek.com is where you can go check some stuff out. Shane is the most innocently adorable person I've ever met. You know, I've never been called that before. Innocently adorable. But I'll take it.
Take it, buddy.
I'll take it.
Run to the bank with that one. That's great.
Oh my God. I'll take it. Tell your friends. That's what I could say. Let people know. There's a lot of people that would look at that and go, no. He's an asshole. Like,
Not true.
Not true. I am innocently adorable. I am not an asshole. I am innocently adorable.
Yeah, so take that, you.
Yeah. You. Yep. I was gonna say something, but I decided to pull it back a little bit. I'm getting lots of compliments.
Oh my
tonight.
God, Shane, you really need a camera, my friend. People are probably tired of looking at me, and they're just like, "This guy's amazing. Why can't we have a Shane show?"
let's not push it, Doug. I think maybe me not being on camera is really helping the situation here.
Not true. I'm sure everyone wants to see how you respond and react to love.
I like it. I gotta tell you, I like it. And you know what? I love you guys too.
Yes. Throw it around.
We did say that September was the month of love this year. So here you go.
Who needs February when you have September?
Well, as summer dwindles and we move into fall,
Is there
people
some
lose
colloquialism?
their summer loves and their love of summer. What are you left with? You know what? Friends.
Mm-hmm.
And food.
Mm-hmm.
What's booze. Gambling. And the purge. You know,
What's the
one night of
purge?
murder.
Oh, Jesus. That took a turn.
I'll dial that back a little bit. Let me ask you another question, Doug. It's a very personal question.
Oh, yay.
What was the first album you bought with your own money?
Whew. Elementary school would have been Eye of the Tiger. It's the first one I can recall. Yeah.
Wow. Was it a tape?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Or an
definitely.
8-track?
No. It was a tape. It had 12 tracks.
Survivor, Eye of the Tiger, released in 1982. Amazing. That's a good pick, man.
Yeah. You? What's yours?
Mine was The Cure, Standing on the Beach, the singles. So it was 17 tracks off of, I think, 5 or 6 of their records.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, I mean, to this day, that record is amazing.
Yeah. Why is that? Like, I mean, and I'm not being facetious or anything, just you think about how things are cyclical, you know, and trends, habits, whatever, interests change, but they kind of come around with a new layer or whatnot added to it. And you think about an album of that time, and the technology for producing those have changed, the interests of people have changed. What would be the longevity issue there? And my question kind of goes to, like, is it like the beats that are used and that just feels like really calming and wholesome and at one with a general population, or is there something else?
I think there's this. I don't know, but there's some quality that will make something a classic. We're not just talking about somebody naming something a classic, but something that is classic. Something that is created, and then years and years down the road, people listen to it and go, man, this is just good. And yeah, there are things that are created now that have that same appeal and will have that same appeal down, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years down the road. But I don't know if it's a single thing. I don't know if it's something that you can put your finger on. I think it's a combination of a bunch of things that basically makes it art that's worth revisiting years and years down the road. So to answer your question, I don't know. And if I did know, then we would be creating classics every day, you and I. Right now.
Well, that would just be our day. Sorry, we're busy creating classics, everyone. Feel free to watch.
I will say that before the show started, when Doug was checking his microphone, he uttered a classic rap, and to my chagrin, he A, won't do it again, and B, it wasn't recorded, so it's lost forever. A classic.
It's gone.
Classic on the wind, I guess.
I don't even know if I could do it again.
It was so good, Doug. You could tell that it was like from the like hip. You fired it off like you knew what you were doing.
You were winding up.
Sounded like you.
And you're winding around, and then you're like, with the hip.
It was so good, and y'all missed it. I got a glimpse of it though. It's too bad because that would have been an instant classic.
You know what? For this show, probably.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say for this show I'll do it again, and then you were gonna launch right into it, and I was like, this is gonna be amazing.
Honestly, I can't remember it. Otherwise, I would.
Yeah, I guess that's the thing with off the cuff. Yeah, the classic album thing. It's interesting because like it's so hard to recreate, right? Like it's a stroke of artistic genius at a specific time. And I think the one thing that is true about it is that it has to be honest. If somebody goes in going, I'm going to make a classic, and then really tries hard to make a classic, it won't be.
Fair.
What would you say is a classic record for you? Something that you've listened to in the past, you could listen to now, and you could listen to again down the road. And you
like
would
a full album?
Yeah, album start to finish.
Pearl Jam's 10.
Okay. There's a lot of good there. That was the beginning of the grunge. Yeah.
How about you?
Paul Simon's Graceland.
Oh yeah.
I could listen to that yesterday, tomorrow, and down the road. It's so good, and it just
cool.
gives you the feelings, all the feelings through it. There's a Pixies record, Surfer Rosa and Come On Pilgrim, that the same thing. I could listen to that all the time. A lot of the Cure stuff, I was a huge Cure fan, so that's a nostalgia thing for me. A lot of the Cure stuff.
Yeah. I'm about done with this piece, Shane. I just kind of want to walk you through kind of what I did. As I said, this is like a concept kind of like layout, but I just needed a little more reference. But over here we have the pile of dirt where the horse has been buried, but its legs are sticking out. The shovel's left here, but the blood from the hill is seeping out and following Florence over to here. I've changed her pose like 3 times, so it just looks like a hot mess. But I kind of want her like, you know, if like the wind's blowing and you have like a cape and you're kind of like Titanic-y, you know, that kind of vibe. But she's like
without the ship.
Without the ship, she's on a cliff. It's dark. It's almost dawn. With that rising from the sky, and she's holding her heart in one hand because she's cut it out.
Right.
And the devil's on her back, and then, as I mentioned earlier, my favorite devil is him from the Powerpuff Girls. I worked him into the skyline, but I think it's too distracting. However, I know that now, so I'm not going to use it.
So let me ask you this: you're not going to use it in the incarnation that you have it here, like.
Right.
As you're just testing things out, would you put him somewhere else, like off in the distance behind her shoulder?
Maybe.
Or
I could play with it a bit. I just think him in the clouds just feels. It doesn't align with the lyrics of the song that you sang so lovingly to all of us earlier.
Fair enough.
So, that being said, I'm done with this. I'm going to shake it out. And I'm up for whatever.
Okay, should we do the hurdle for today and see what happens?
Sure.
Let's see what happens, friends. And then
shake
you can
it
decide
out. Ooh,
loving the colors, Doug, Webbo says.
Thank you, Webbo.
Okay, here we go. First,
oh,
oh, you know it already.
I do it. Yeah, it's I want to say Blink 182, but it's not them. It's the
Green Day.
Green Day. And Summer's Past. When September ends.
Something.
When September ends.
Guess away if you think that what we just said is wrong.
But it's right.
Yeah, man.
Are you a big Green Day fan?
Yeah, actually, I think that they're great. DMCA'd. Absolutely, we've been DMCA'd. Yeah, Doug's amazing at this. It was funny because I think it was it last week or the week before where Doug said, "Oh, it's this." Yeah, it's this, and I'm like, "Okay, well."
We danced all around it. You convinced me it wasn't that.
Yeah, and then it was exactly that, and we should have just put it in because you got it in the first second. Yeah, Doug's great at that game. That's why I like to play it because Doug's like, "It's this," and it is. Although last week we had trouble.
Did we ever? Holy moly! When I was uploading that to YouTube, it took like 36 hours for it to edit out that song.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. So even just playing these like second snips are making it more difficult to, to do.
We're learning.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Mm-hmm.
So you're open to suggestion here, Doug? Is that what you're saying?
I'm
With
open.
This white piece of paper.
It's blank. I'm here. We're all here. Bring it on. Let's have some fun.
Yeah, let's go. Who's got something? Who's got Z Club points to spare?
Boom.
Or, just chuck it in chat. Either way.
Save your points. You see the Zellers is coming back?
I saw that.
Online or something?
Pretty good. What I want to know is the canteen coming back too?
I don't think so.
I doubt it, but it would be amazing if one store had it.
No, it's only online. There's no brick and mortar.
Oh, what? There's no brick and mortar? Then what the heck is going on? Well, that's not Zellers then, is it?
It's an Amazon-ish thing.
Oh, I don't like that. I thought they were going to be back in malls at the end of the mall.
Malls don't exist anymore.
The big store at the end of the mall is a Zeller's, a Bay, or
Sears
a
or a
Sears,
Kmart.
yeah,
Could be a
or a
Kmart.
Kmart, yeah, yeah. Hey, did you ever shoplift, Doug?
That's random. No, I didn't, but thank you.
I asked because you said Kmart, and I was with somebody that shoplifted at a Kmart,
Oh.
and I got I got dragged into the security office and banned from the mall,
Oh,
even
damn.
though I didn't lift anything.
Mm-hmm. But they
Uh,
wanted to make a
I,
point.
well, there's four of us together, and one of the dudes picked up a wallet, and we all left, and then we all got grabbed, and then they banned us from the mall, and it was the mall that we went to at lunch, to eat lunch, because it was near
Mm-hmm.
the high school. This is in grade 10,
Yeah.
and they didn't charge. They couldn't charge me. I didn't do anything,
Mm-hmm.
but they banned me from the mall, and then I just kept going. Because we wanted to go to Mr. Hamburger and have a hamburger.
Right. Where else were you gonna go? I appreciate that, Bia. I don't really want to draw Shane cleaning his kitchen.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I don't want you to draw me clean.
No, I don't. No one will be happy with that.
God, I gotta do that after this too.
You know, if you ever need a gift, I'd buy you a Molly Maid stopover.
Oh, would you? Okay. Well,
Yeah.
Christmas is coming, so.
I could buy you those $4,000 pair of sneakers or something you told me about. Those
Oh
Nikes.
right, yeah. You got a pretty long list for me, don't you? You know what? I still have that bottle of gin I bought you here too. I haven't drank it. I mean, amazingly, I have not drank it yet.
That is
Oh.
amazing.
Which does remind me, Doug.
Yeah.
This weekend on Saturday, people are
Mhm.
coming for the last lake day of the summer. So
Yeah. It's possible.
if you're around,
Yeah, I might be. It's. There's so many
yep, play it by ear.
balls in the air, they say, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Balls on.
Yeah.
So we got Koi Fish, musician on stage. We got Wake Me Up When September Comes. You could try that song. Draw an Angry Panda. Shane cleaning up his kitchen. Absolutely not.
You choose,
You could
buddy.
also-
You choose. You choose. You choose.
Oh, hey, let me ask you this. What are you watching? Did you watch the latest She-Hulk?
No, I'm going to watch it tomorrow.
Draw the last day of summer. What's the last day of summer mean to you, Doug?
It's not for another 3 weeks, so I don't know.
Well, it is and it isn't. The last decent weekend of summer is this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
We get the odd, what are they called? Re-summers, you know, like where
Yep.
all of a sudden, oh my God, September 18th is a banger.
It's true.
But I don't know. What are you watching? Did you answer that question?
I didn't. I got cut off.
Who would do such a thing? Rude.
Oh, no. Rude. As I mentioned, I was watching Why Women Kill.
Oh, right. Yeah, you did. I did ask you.
And then outside of that, I don't really know. I'm following the She-Hulk. I'm following House of Dragons, and
I haven't started that yet.
and I think today drops the Hobbit one. Lord of the Rings drops today, the first one. You still there? Who in chat is watching anything fun?
Are you gonna watch the Lord of the Rings week by week?
I don't want to, so I'm not sure.
So I'm having trouble because like I want to watch both, right? Like I want to watch House of Dragons and I want to watch the Lord of the Rings thing, but I want to be able to watch 2 or 3 episodes if I'm in the mood, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
I do.
I don't know. I kind of just want to wait. Like I find that so annoying that we're living in a world where all the She-Hulks are done. They're not
Right.
they're not filming
Editing
them.
Right.
Right? They're
Yeah.
done. But they're just giving us one. Same with all this other stuff. They're just giving us one every week. TV is different now. We don't need to do that anymore.
No, it's ridiculous.
And it's not how most of us watch TV anymore. We're not sitting in front of the TV,
Waiting for Thursday night.
watching 27 shows on a Thursday. Exactly. We're not like, oh, Thursday night's TV night. So it's kind of like, I don't know who's like making these decisions, and obviously the money shows it. I don't know, the analytics show you that that's the way it is. I don't know, man. It just seems weird. I hate it.
Yeah.
Because didn't like Netflix, jeez, Stranger Things dropped all at once, right?
Yeah.
I don't know who's making the choice on these, you know? Golden oldies are making the decisions. Yeah, you're right. The old people.
Geezer bees.
Geezer bees. Are we in the lake there? It's a nice little lake. Little lake action.
Yeah.
I like it.
Nice. 'Cause you picked up what I'm putting down pretty quick.
Money, I was essentially in a meeting covering this the other day with the like all at once or trickle it out, and they're saying the trickle it out makes more money. You know, I think that people are just not being wise. There's a ton of ways that you can do it. You can dump the whole season and then trickle out special DVD features. Oh, they split it this time? Okay. I watched it all at once because I waited till it was done.
Who's this now?
Stranger Things, I guess, also split it.
Oh.
The first 2 were definitely dropped all at once.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited for the Lord of the Rings thing. I think it could be really good.
It needs to be if it's going to compete with Game of Thrones. Because, like, Game of Thrones was just so much better than the movies. I mean, there was a time difference for sure, too. But you know what? That's not entirely true. Because I remember when I was living in New Zealand, and they were doing The Hobbits, and I got to work on a bit of that. And at that time, people who were working at Weta were, like, watching Game of Thrones being like, it's like a bajillion times better.
But only the first 5 seasons, right? Like, this is the thing, they screwed it up.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, I haven't watched any of it, and so I don't really know, and I don't know how valid these are, but I've been seeing a lot of posts and internet things that I'm not fully reading. And to be fair, this could just be clickbait, but saying that the new House of Dragons or whatever is already screwing up the timeline and
Hmm.
of the show, of the other show.
Oh. I mean, it starts off with like saying when this happened in comparison to the other show.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if the it'd be interesting to read these things, and it's like, oh, is this super fans being incredibly nitpicky, or did
Maybe.
they honestly not take into account some things that were said or stated in the other show? Or is it a situation where it's history and people get history wrong?
Mm.
I don't know. But you're absolutely right about the Lord of the Rings. It has to be good, not only to compete with Game of Thrones, but to hold up the fandom and to be true to that whole genre that it
Yeah.
created.
I mean, you gotta remember it was a long time ago those came out, and we don't think that much time has passed, but it really has.
Did you read those books?
No, I'm not a reader. You?
Hmm. Yeah, I read those books multiple times.
What was your favorite character from the books? And was it the same favorite character from the movies?
Tom Bombadil. No, not in the movies at all.
Oh. What was it about him that got you going?
I don't
You
know. He
connect
was
to it?
just a joyful, everywhere being. And
Was he what
there's
type of um was he like a hobbit versus a troll, or did he have
no. He was a very large man that lived in the woods by himself,
Hagar?
and
Hodor?
he embodied everything about nature, and he
Mm-hmm.
loved all the creatures. All the creatures loved him. It was just a joy to be around. And there's some theories that he is actually Mother Earth
Oh, okay.
or a god of some sort. I like the Ents as well.
Oh, the tree people. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Mm-hmm. Any thoughts in chat? Favorite Lord of the Rings characters? I like so many of them too. Like I like Gimli in the movies.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I thought that the Lord of the Rings was better than the Hobbit movie.
I would agree. Yeah.
And I think part of that for me was that was around the time that 4K came out.
Mm-hmm.
And it was one of the first movies shot with those cameras.
Yeah. And it shouldn't have been.
And it felt like a home movie.
Yeah.
It was just there was something off about how crisp everything was. And you're right, it shouldn't have been because it took out the fantasy of it all.
Right. It was too real. You're like, oh, I can see the lines in your wig.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, but like I saw it in the theater and I'm just like, this feels bad.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like your friend shooting it in the backyard with a camcorder.
And your friend's probably really shitty at it.
Not good at all. Point it at the people, Jeffrey. Point it at the people.
You don't know.
Awful. So I opened the door and now I have to go close it because there's mosquitoes.
To go with your fruit flies.
Yeah. Land 'em. Retention numbers give them ads. Ugh.
Who's giving you what now?
Nothing. Hockey starts soon, Doug.
Soon, indeed.
So
you get-
I'm in Toronto from September 27th. Oh, that's the other thing. I didn't think about that. You're telling me when you're going away, and I didn't tell you when I'm going away.
Oh dear.
Let me have a look here at the old calendar. Figure out what we're gonna do about the shows.
All the shows.
So the 22nd, I'm seeing John Mulaney.
Yep.
That's a Thursday, so
Bye.
see ya. And then I'm back on. I'm gone the 29th as well, but we could probably do a show. And then I'm gone, and then I'm back, and then I'm back. But then I think you're gone.
I'm back. Like, I'm gone like October 6th to 31st.
Right. So,
So
So
are
I'm
we
on the
like,
2
is this
Thursdays
our last
before
show
that.
for a while?
okay, so we might be taking a bit of a hiatus here, guys.
Oh my gosh. Look at us swimming, Shane.
Yeah. I like it. Oh my god, it looks great. I did shave off all my hair though.
Oh, did you? I gave you all this hair.
That's okay. That was me a month ago.
Well, now you're gonna get
I had
purple
to.
hair.
It was all the way down to my nipple.
Oh, I gotta keep painting.
Drag it down. Drag it down. It looks good. I mean, that's what I look like. It's exactly what I look like.
This is me. FYI.
Yeah, I figured that one. I figured that one out. Oh my god. So I'm in Toronto that week. But my point was that that weekend, Saturday the 24th, is the first preseason game.
Oh, nice.
It leaves Ottawa, and so I have to make a choice whether or not I'm gonna go comedy or go see the preseason game. And I think if there's anybody with any comedy that I want to see, that's going to win out because there's a
Right.
preseason game and it's going to
Exactly.
be. We're not going to see the players that I want to see. It would just be about atmosphere at that point. So.
Yep.
So yeah, but we'll see. I mean, it could work out that like go see an awesome show and then stop in there.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, the art looks great. I love it. Ange loves it too.
Oh, thanks, Ange.
It does feel like summer. With the art that really gets me, and one thing I could never do is this perspective thing, right? Like the way that you've got it, like aiming forward. I don't know how to describe it. 3D.
You mean? What do you mean?
I don't know. Perspective. You've made it look like.
Like we're floating?
Yeah, and that the water that's closer to the front of the paper is closer to us, and you know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I don't know how to do any of that junk.
Now I'm
And
gonna
by junk, I
just
mean stuff. I shouldn't call
smear
it
it
junk.
for
This
you.
is not junk.
There, now we're a little more hidden.
Oh, good.
All right, that was fun.
So earlier I asked you what the best art advice you ever got.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to ask you, what's the best art advice that you could give?
Hmm. to really just stop thinking about the business side of it and just really put your energy into creating and just keep creating and messing about and screwing up and having fun. And you could go through some spells where you're really kind of down about it, or you know it's not going as you think it should be, but that's part of the evolution process. I choose to believe. Yeah, because I think, you know, sometimes you might compare yourself to what other people are doing, and maybe they might do that thing really well and it might sell really well and they might make a boatload of money. But I can't help but think, as an animal, when we do that for extended periods of time, that you'll kind of be like, oh, I painted that for 40 years and never really tried anything else because that's what I knew would sell or whatnot. So I think for me, from my point of view, is like taking the sellability side out of it is, I think, important for you to create and just kind of play. I think that's where the joy comes in, but also kind of like the inspiration. You're kind of like, oh, I discovered that. Oh, I might use that moving forward. Didn't think of that before because I thought I had my technique down, as an example. And tonight's very much that. Like, none of these things I created are going to end up on a wall, but it's like a process kind of behind the curtain kind of thing of like, how do you play around and almost think through it? So yeah, I guess my advice would just be like, go easy on yourself and have fun.
I like it. I like it a lot. This translates very well to the music as well. People get too hung up on trying to create something that sells, or focused on being a rock star instead of just playing music and writing music and being with music and using it as a form of expression. And you'll find that the people that look at it as a form of expression and create content to create, like, the journey is more the thing that they're enamored with, are the people that end up making money off of it.
Cool.
You know, you put too much effort into selling out. I shouldn't use those words. But if you put too much effort into, like, trying to please everybody, and then it's not an honest expression of art anymore.
Yeah.
Because all you're doing it for is to try and please the most people so you can get the most out of it, as opposed to putting what you need to put into it.
And it's like anything, it's work. Like, you gotta have to, like, you know, like art, music, whatever. You kind of just start scribbling stuff on a napkin as a concept, and then you kind of play it out, and then you kind of like sketch it out or write it out or start kind of playing with beats or whatever the case may be, and you just have to really you really need a little sandbox to play in. I think this is super crucial.
Yeah, the exploration that you were doing today, and purposeful exploration, right, is an interesting, like, it sort of brings that to the forefront that not all of it needs a specific purpose, right? Like, it can be exploration for exploration's sake. You know, you took those
absolutely.
song lyrics and played with it and just saw what came out, and then you're using that as like one step in the process, because you looked at that, what you created, and you're like, oh, I like this part of it. I get where I was going with this. I didn't care for this so much. I would change this. And it's like, it kind of gives you more ideas for the next time you go through there. And you wouldn't have gotten that if you didn't play with it.
Exactly, because I would have gone into the in my head, the final piece, and would have gone through that whole process then and could potentially get frustrated. Where it's nice to kind of like play along the way, and then something you might have dismissed at like step 4, 5, 6, whatever, could come back into play at step 12 because you're like, oh wow, I figured out how to make that work in a different way. So it's not like you have to dismiss any of it too quickly.
Well, and I think too that you get this idea. So there's this idea in anything that's sort of like physical and artistic at the same time. Is you have to do these actions over and over and over and over and over and over before they become subconscious enough that you can kind of just use them as they come out. So with something like what you're doing, and drumming is a good example, you know, I can have all these ideas in my head, but I can't physically do it. And until I do, you know, hand, foot, thousands of times, that's not going to become second nature, so that when it comes to me as like a subconscious thing to go hand, foot, like I'll just do it. Like now you've been doing art for a very long time. You can just do some of those things. Like you can translate light and color into paper. You don't have to think about it anymore because you've done it so many times. So you have to make those exercises. You have to go through those motions over and over. And like you said, you have to fail at those over and over in order for them to become second nature and usable components.
No, for sure. And it's just like, this is fun to play. Like it's kind of, I think once that's gone, it's kind of like, why bother?
Yeah, if you're not doing it for fun and expression, then is that just work? Because that's what that feels.
Right. Who wants to work?
Not me, I'll tell you that much. Not at that anyway. Not at things that I don't find joy in.
Exactly. Yeah.
If you can't find joy in the journey, what are you doing?
It sounds like you're on the wrong highway.
You know what Tom Cochrane said?
It's all about life.
Actually said life is a highway.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Are you going my way?
Probably not. So many options.
Oh.
Why go one way?
Simone, I don't know how to say her name, but it's the lady that made the Bad Robots. So good. And if you don't know who she is, I'll link her YouTube channel. Very worth. Her whole thing ended up being making shitty robots. I'll link this in the chat.
Nice.
And then she got a brain tumor.
Oh dear.
Where's her robot channel?
So did you watch the latest She-Hulk or no?
I watched. So I'm two episodes in. I don't like the CGI. I hate it. She looks awful.
What about it bothers you?
It looks like old fake CGI.
Gotcha.
And they've gotten better at CGI. There's like even the Man Hulk's CGI looks different. Hers seems I don't know, like blurred or less crisp or less defined, or
there's like a lot of foundation or makeup on.
Yeah, I don't know, and the movement seems not, I don't know, it just doesn't.
It feels very like old Avatar, like the original Avatar movie.
Yes, yeah.
It feels like that, and yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's weird because like they've made an effort to make them look very different as Hulks as they do in real life.
Which I'm okay with. I just wish that the quality was the same. It feels like the quality isn't the same.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a little bit.
Do you feel like Bruce Banner's getting more attention to detail?
I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just because they've got more files of him already,
right?
Where they've spent more money on that character. Yep. They've got more to pull on. Because her movements don't seem as smooth as his.
Agreed.
And this is just me picking apart the CGI, right?
Yeah.
Like, that aside, I like the show so far. I like her as a character for sure. And I'm interested to see how they play the lawyer role. And it does seem like the her boss, her new boss, is a bit of a is going to be a bit of a villain and like a bit of a like a pain point for her. What's conflict? Like, that's going to produce a lot of conflict, is her boss and her wanting to keep her job but also do the right thing. It's going to be a conflicting point. So
agreed.
I think the show's going to be good. It's just that I don't know how much that CGI is going to bug me.
I think in the future, whenever like she shows up as a character, it'll be for comic relief.
Really?
Well, I mean, they've already announced the next 2 Avengers movies. She'll obviously be a part of that.
Well, aren't they going to do the Hulk War thing?
Yeah, I think that is a thing.
I thought you meant in this show, and I'm like, oh, that's weird because she's the main character.
No, I mean like in, you know how they cross everyone over and everyone shows up for the big final fight. I think she'll show up as like comic relief of like one of those big battle scenes for like 3 seconds, and that'll be that.
World War Hulk. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Again, with the, I don't know if I'm going to watch it week to week. I don't know if I'm going to hold off. I think this is probably one that I'll watch week to week, and hold off on the other ones. I don't know, man. It's frustrating.
It's your life.
I hope this is good. I hope it turns out well. Like, there's a lot of potential here with the She-Hulk thing to be like at least super entertaining. And you're right, like comic relief, sure, but make it entertaining.
Exactly. All right.
Well, thanks so much for hanging out tonight, everybody.
Yes, thank you.
We'll be back next week, and then who knows? But we'll be back next week for sure.
Yeah.
It's lovely to see you all. I hope you enjoy the last weekend of summer as far as I'm concerned.
I still think there's 3 more to go, but yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple in there somewhere. But this is the last for sure, guaranteed summer weekend.
All right.
Have a great long weekend, everybody.
Thanks
so much for hanging out. Take care.